The Indian election just concluded. Prime Minister Modi has been re-elected as Prime Minister for a third term now. And your last book, Faking It, one of your last couple of books, is fascinating because the conversation here was all about how deepfakes and AI can have a sort of detrimental impact on elections. We saw it during the Ukraine war. We've seen how AI hasn't always been used as a force for good as well. So if you could tell us a little bit more about your conversation with Prime Minister Modi, that would be fascinating.
I did see a quite funny video of Prime Minister Modi dancing. It was a deepfake video. I hope it didn't have much of a material impact on the way that people voted. I imagine that didn't. It was more humorous than political. But yes, this was one of the topics we touched upon about how we're going to have to be very careful. We've seen social media weaponized to influence the way that people vote. We've seen foreign actors using these tools. And we're about to supercharge that by adding deepfakes, AI-generated content onto the top. And that's something that we need to be very careful about because democracy is a very delicate beast that we need to protect. I did give a copy of my book to Prime Minister Modi. He did promise to read it. Although, actually, I mean, given that we spoke for 30 minutes, he didn't have any notes. And he spoke quite knowledgeably about artificial intelligence. I'm not sure that he actually needs to read my book that much. He seemed to be already pretty well briefed on the topic. I was quite impressed. I've had the privilege to speak to a number of politicians from a variety of countries, and he seemed to be pretty well informed and pretty well switched on to the opportunities as well as the challenges that AI pose. So I came away from the meeting quite heartened and quite confident that India was being led by someone, I'm pleased to see has been re-elected, who seemed to have an appreciation and understanding of technology.